This is the Boston Celtics newsfeed on CLNS. Today is Sunday, September 10th, 2017. This is Corey Prescott reporting for CLNS, leading online provider of audio-video coverage for the Boston Celtics. It's been 5 years since they were teammates and nearly a decade since they were integral members of banner number 17. On September 9th, 2017, Paul Pierce called for peace between some of his Celtics brethren and Ray Allen. Posting a picture via Instagram with Pierce alongside Allen, Pierce called for his former teammates to, quote, bury the hatchet, wrote Pierce in his post. Time to get the band back together. At Trey4, hashtag bury the hatchet, at Tick_Picks, at Rajon Rondo. No matter what happened, we all formed a special bond that can never be broken. Hashtag once a Celtic, always a Celtic. For reference, at Trey4 is Allen's Instagram handle, while at Tick_Picks belongs to Kevin Garnett, and at Rajon Rondo is of course Rajon Rondo's handle. Allen famously spurned the Celtics in free agency during the 2012 offseason, opting to head to the LeBron James-led Miami Heat, who at that point had just beaten the Celtics in a back-and-forth 7-game Eastern Conference Finals series. The Heat also represented the Celtics' biggest rival at that time. The Celtics had developed a brotherhood up until that point, even with the Kendrick Perkins trade in 2011, and by Allen bolting to Miami with a crazed Garnett, as well as strong-willed players in Pierce and Rondo, putting the wheels in motion for one last successful championship run, Allen's actions were deemed treasonous. Allen was left off the 2008 Celtics Championship reunion, an event orchestrated by Rondo, as well as KG's Area 21 segment on TNT, which included Pierce, Rondo, Perkins, and Glenn Big Baby Davis with Garnett. Said Garnett during the segment, recorded in May of 2017, quote, people don't understand that this is real life for us, and that the situation with Ray is very sensitive. I think when we all talked about doing this reunion tour, we were talking about guys we considered loyal and a part of this group. Just being honest. My 2 cents, man. When Ray decided to go to the Heat, I feel like he moved on. He went to pursue another ring, and he got another ring. Shout out to him. And that's it. It wasn't no other Wizards, it wasn't no other Heat, it wasn't no other Spurs. It was all Celtics invited to this. End quote. Unlike Garnett and Pierce, Allen was constantly involved in trade rumors, including a 2012 deal that fell apart at the very last moment involving Allen to Memphis for O.J. Mayo. Considering Allen's constant involvement in trade rumors, his advancing age, he was 37 by the time he suited up for Miami and had previously lost his starting spot to Avery Bradley in Boston, his decaying relationship with Rondo, and the fact that Allen had been traded twice previously in his career, Allen's move to Miami appears much more rational now than it did in the summer of 2012. Perhaps Pierce's sign of peace, posted during a celebrity basketball game in Shanghai, is the first step to burying the hatchet. Pierce hasn't explained his change of heart. Perhaps it has something to do with the ridiculous concept of loyalty in professional sports. Perhaps the expedited summer of player movement has Pierce thinking differently. Maybe the two just reminisce during their time in China. It's also unclear if Garnett, Rondo, and company will follow suit. For the sake of everyone, fans included, let's hope this gets resolved and the pettiness subsides. Celtics Nation, where do you stand on Ray Allen's time and eventual departure from the Celtics? Check out Sunday's release of Celtics Beat podcast, this week featuring Milwaukee Bucks writer for the Racine Journal-Times, Gary Wolfel. Gary and host Larry H. Russell compare the Celtics and Bucks off-seasons, discuss the return of Jabari Parker, and examine just how good Giannis Antetokounmpo is. Download Celtics Beat today. Fantasy football fans, the wait is nearly over. Football is back. And that means FanDuel is back as well. FanDuel is fantasy football for everyday fans with new contests starting every week. Avoid those busted seasons and sign up today. Go to FanDuel.com, click the Join Now button, and use our code CelticsBeat. Over 2.5 million players have won a cash prize playing fantasy sports on FanDuel. To stay up to speed in the 17-time world champions, follow CLNS on Twitter at CLNS Media. Be sure to subscribe to the Celtics newsfeed, both on iTunes and Stitcher, as well as the CLNS mobile podcast app. This has been Corey Prescott for Celtics Newsfeed.